Hello. So, as promised, I'm bringing you a Navy wife vlog. I know it's so past due. I don't remember the number of the last one I did, but I know it was back in October before I left for California, which is where I'm at right now. So yeah, there's a lot to update you on. So I have a list here. So let's go ahead and get started. Um, how long did our household goods take to arrive here in San Diego? And it took about 3 days. Um, the truck driver got all our stuff loaded up and left straight for California after that. So it arrived within 3 days here. How long did it take for our car to arrive? Let's see. I got the car moved. Well, the car was picked up on the 30th of October. I think the 29th or the 30th of October. I kind of wanted to wait because I ended up leaving on November 1st. And I'll get into, there was an issue with that, but I'll get into that after this. But I think it was October 29th. I wanted to keep the car just in case I had, some last minute things I needed to do, need to drive and do or whatever. So um, the truck driver came and put the car on one of those carport things, the uncovered ones. You see them driving with the trailer, and they have like 10 cars, different, some on top and some on the bottom. Well, that's what he loaded my car onto, and I think he had one more car to pick up or something, and then he was headed to California, and it took about 3 days as well. So it's a 3 day drive to get there for 18 wheelers, I guess. So um, it says, let's see, the next thing says, did the Navy pay for the tickets to leave on November 1st? Okay, so I remember last time I told you guys that they were in the process of getting our tickets, getting me and my son's tickets together for us to leave on the 1st of November. Well, everyone remembers the government shutdown where like everything was closed and you couldn't, that's what stopped the process of us moving sooner because we had a move-in date of October 22nd, and I was supposed to be there already. Um, but the government shutdown delayed everything. So by the time it was lifted, and my husband told the whoever he needed to tell that he wanted me and my son to fly out on the 1st of November, they said it may be too soon in advance, and that's not enough time, we may not be able to um, get everything processed, all the paperwork processed before then. So that ended up falling through. Um, so we have come out of pocket for it. But luckily, we have family that works for the airline, and they were able to help us get discounted tickets. But also, the Navy would have paid, reimbursed us because it was something that they're supposed to pay for anyway to, move the family to wherever, they are. They were willing to reimburse us, but, you know, we were good to go. um, let's see. Future moving plans. Um, let's see. Today is June 9th, 2014, and I will be leaving San Diego on the 25th. Me and my son will be flying home to Houston, and we'll be staying in Houston for, well, at least till August, to the middle of August, and we'll be moving to Hawaii. My husband is staying here um, because the ship doesn't move until August to Hawaii. So he's going to stay here and make sure all our stuff gets packed up and make sure all our stuff gets moved. It takes about 30 to 45 days for our household goods to arrive in Hawaii. So um, we want to get a head start on that. So that's why me and my son are leaving. So then he can just get the house cleared out and get the car shipped and everything, and he could just stay on the ship uh, for the time being. And only thing about that is that because I am going home to Houston instead of staying here, because the military would pay for me and my son to fly from here to Hawaii, but I'm going home, so I'm going to be flying from Houston to Hawaii. So we'll have to basically pay the difference. Um, so the Houston to San Diego kind of thing, we'd have to pay the price of that, and then they would pay the rest, so we'd have to pay the difference. That's basically how it was explained to us. So we'll have to come out of pocket for that. It's fine. And so I guess we'll find out how much that's gonna be once it's time for me and my son to move out there with him. We'll probably be arriving within a week or so of him, my husband getting there, because he wants me and my son to be included in the house hunting process. Uh, so we'll be staying probably in Navy lodging until we find a place to stay. Um, when we moved here, he found a place to stay on his own and everything, but he wants me to be included this time. So while we're staying in the Navy lodging, they will be providing us with an allowance. I think it's called TLA, temporary living allowance. I think that's what it stands for. So we'll be getting some kind of bi-weekly allowance. It's like every 10 days you have to resubmit, say, hey, it's time to find a place to stay or whatever. So yeah, that's the future moving plans. Let's see. Try to make sure I didn't leave anything out. Um, no, I don't think I did. That kind of went faster than I thought it was gonna go. Well, that about sums it up as far as Navy information. If you guys, are about to get married and all that stuff, just make sure that you are educated on the process of moving and all of that. Do your research. Make sure your spouse is contacting the right people that he or she needs to contact within their fleet. So then they know. So then they're given the correct information, and y'all can go from there. Um, oh yeah, one thing I did want to talk to you guys about. People have a misconception that, or misperception that, um, financially everything's going to be straight, and you're going to have all this money and all that. If that's not true, uh, me and my husband have, we have struggled, especially if both spouses are not working. I'm not working. I am going to school full time, so I do get my VA benefits, but it's half of what I would be making if I worked a full time job. So our income was like cut, and so we struggled. So it's not going to be easy. Um, I knew this going in because I'm prior military, and I had friends that were married, and I watched them go through their struggles and things like that. So I kind of knew what to expect. And I had my best friend, her husband in the army. So she had given me advice and all that. So I already knew what to expect going in. But if you don't have anybody that's been in the military, you don't have anyone that has a spouse that's in the military, and you're completely new to the military life altogether, please prepare. If you could save beforehand, before moving, before getting married, do that, because especially if you're not going to be working, if you're going to be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, um, please be sure to prepare. Try to get as much debt cleared uh, before making the commitment, or before leaving and moving, together, to the first duty station. Make sure you're financially set, because it can be very difficult. Financial issues can turn into marital issues if you guys aren't, strong enough. And I know a lot of people who broke up over finances. They thought it was going to be a certain way going into it, and it ended up being the complete opposite. And I watch people. I know people who went into credit card debt. In the military. Thousands and thousands of dollars in credit card debt because having to pay things and having to pay bills and then not having enough money to pay the credit card off, and it's just a downward spiral. So please make sure you are educating yourself. Please make sure that you are saving and preparing financially for it, because if your husband is not going in or your wife's not going in as an officer and they're going in straight E1, they are not going to be making a lot of money. They are not going to be making a lot of money. Um, yeah, if you find the right place, and you'll be able to pocket some of the BAH that you get, but outside of that, no, they're not making a whole bunch of money. You're not going to be balling out of control. So make sure you clear as much debt as you can, and make sure you're saving as much as you can. So that's the advice that I'm giving you guys from experience. Luckily, me and my husband, we communicate, and we kind of knew this going in, that it was going to be a struggle. So it wasn't a complete surprise to us. And, we stuck it through, or we're sticking it through. So um, sometimes that doesn't happen. So prepare beforehand. I can't say that enough. Prepare. Um, yeah, that was the main thing that I really needed to share with you guys. But I think that is it. Um, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go give me something to eat. I don't know what yet, but yeah, the baby is hungry. um, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Also, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was informative for you, and you have a great Monday. Bye bye.